My name's Brooke H, and this is the story of the Good Samaritan. Just then, a lawyer stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he says, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus says to him, "Well, what's written in the law? What do you read there?" "Well, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, all your strength, all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." Jesus replies to him, "You've answered correctly. Do this, and you will live." But wanting to justify himself, the lawyer says, But who is my neighbor?" Jesus says to him, "There once was a man walking from Jerusalem to Jericho when he fell into the hands of some robbers, who beat him and stripped him and left him there half dead. But just then, a priest comes walking down the road. But when he sees the man, he walks by on the other side. Then also a Levite comes down the road. But when he sees the man, he too passed by on the other side. But then a Samaritan comes walking down the road. And when he sees the man, he is so moved by pity that he goes to him and bandaged his wounds after having poured oil and wine on them. Then he took the man and put him on his own animal and brought him to an inn where he took care of him. The next day, he took out 2 days' wages and gave them to the innkeeper and said, 'Please, take care of this man, and when I return, I will pay you back any more that you have spent on him.'" Then Jesus says to the lawyer, "Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?" The lawyer replies, "The one who showed him mercy." Jesus said to the lawyer, "Go and do likewise." So that was the story of the Good Samaritan. What you should really notice about the story is how, in the end, when Jesus asks the lawyer, which of these 3 was a neighbor to the man, he's really trying to encourage the lawyer to have empathy for the man who fell into the hands of the robbers and think, if he was in that position, who would he want to walk by? Would he want the priest to come by, or the Samaritan, who culturally at the time would have been considered sort of an enemy? So it really is a story about compassion and loving your neighbors and even people who necessarily you don't have to like, having compassion towards them. So I'd also invite you to think about that, and then also think about, how would you tell the story? What would you take from it? Which things would you emphasize? What would you show through it? So I hope you enjoy it.